This is my trusty little sewing machine, which I've had for about 15 years. I learnt to use it when I was about 4 years old.
Not that one.
Not this one, no. My mum used to do, in 1951, 52, used to make piecework, and she used to make hundreds and hundreds of school uniforms. While I sat in a big box of material, and I always had to thread the needles for her because she couldn't see to thread the needles. So she used to make ballroom dresses for a lot of very famous people up the West End where she worked, and I just brought up with sewing machines and material, so I know nothing. So anyway, this little machine here is about 150, 160 quid. So it's not all singing, all dancing, but little light, so you can see what you're doing. It's got a right. We've got a little pop-up thing here where cotton goes. Reel of cotton there. Very, very easy to thread. It goes round a little piece here, and it comes down there, up there, it's all threaded, round there, and it should have picked up onto the arm that goes up and down there, inside here. So it goes down there, and it goes in a little hook down the bottom here, which I can't see. Then you have to thread it, which is the difficult part. But before that, I'm going to take all that off again. You have to have 2 reels of cotton. The other one is hiding in this little box here. So we lift that up. And in here, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little spring-loaded lever, which comes out and come out. Oh.
Don't lift the lever.
Right.
Let go of the lever, then it should come out, shouldn't it?
It does indeed. Right. So we want a reel of cotton in white. So what I'll do, I've got a empty spool here, which I'll put onto that thing there. I'll wind that round the little tensioner there, and then I can wind some cotton from here onto this one to go in this little piece down there. So this little thing's a little accelerator, so the more I push this, the faster the machine will go. So what I'm going to do, push that across now. It will disengage the needle, and it will spin this little wheel round, and the magic happens when the wheel gets full up and it turns itself off. Right. There you go. It's all magic. managed to wind itself underneath. That's not supposed to happen.
You always leave the piece on this so long, the starting bit.
Yep.
I think that might have pushed the thread down underneath it.
It's stopped because the cotton is rubbing against this and friction. It stopped it wrong. Right. So now I can put that cotton into here. Comes into there. That clips into there. And now, no white cotton, blue cotton. And yeah, up there. Comes over a little arm that bobs up and down there, but it's dead easy to, let's come round it now. Down there. It's gone round, come down there to this dial here. This dial will tighten onto the cotton to keep a tension on it. If you haven't got the tension, the cotton will just go flying everywhere. And this was very easy when I was 5 years old. There is a little tool here. Got a little piece of bent wire in it. If you get the wire in, which is quite a bit easier than the cotton, you get it into the needle, poke it through, feed it in. Right, that's it, done. So that then goes under the foot there. So that back in, all ready to go now. Got 3 or 4 controls here. I can move the needle to the centre. I don't know if you can see it. Click over, left, middle, right. So usually you're doing it on the middle. So that's just if you want to move another line of stitching I've got. You've got controls here. I can do small stitches, very tight stitches, or I wind it round and it just makes the stitches longer. This one will do zigzags, so the needle will be jumping backwards and forwards, so I can lots of zigzags on it. So let's see if it works. So feed the material in, and there's a lever here which tightens up onto there. Underneath there are some little teeth that grab hold of the material and they feed it through. So let's see what happens. Right, can you lift that up? Can you see how tight the stitches are? Very, very, very small there. So let's change it to some bigger stitches. Wind that up. So I can do that slow. I'm keeping the tension on this to, and letting the machine do the work. If I wanted to make it a little bit neater, I could fold that material back on itself. There's a little cutter on the back of the machine here, which pull it down and cuts it. So you can see we've got little tiny stitches to start off with, and then got bigger and bigger, and then I've made a nice, neat, tidy seam at the end there. Let's do something else. Right. Let's just move that. Right. Go like that. If I then hold this down, I'll go back. It goes backwards. Dead easy. So it can be useful to go over something that you let go of it, and off it goes again. So that's just about it. The needles, they're a cylindrical thing, and they've got one slice of it flattened off, so the flat end goes in here, and then you screw it on so it can't twist around as it's going. So this thing here, if I have that pretty loose, it's making a bit of a mess. I have to put tension on there. That's puckered it up a bit, isn't it? These are the cheapest scissors you can buy in hobbycraft. Pretty, aren't they? Can't lose them. So these are cheap scissors. They're not bad, but I don't think they'll last too long. Get a decent pair. That little pair there probably costs twice or three times what they did. And if you want a pair of Fisker scissors that big, you're probably paying £30–40. So 10 quid if you're not doing it too often. But these little ones. So that is just about it for the machine. So if anyone wants to go, anyone want to go on it?
First of all, thanks very much.
There you go. So I've got plenty of material here. If someone wants to come and